Looks like an equipment timeout.
When we come back to play, folks, it'll be 7-3, 3 serving 7, Mexico 3, Guatemala 7. We're sequestered here in the broadcast booth, and oftentimes the feed we get is a little delayed. So we apologize. If indeed we're incorrect, we will make the correction as soon as possible. Reverse, left side winner, point number 4, Mexico. That's a great point. As you see Paola win it right side with that rollout pinch, 5-7.
There it was again, that same right corner. Rarely misses.
Travers continues to tell his team, be aggressive. Consequently, Gabby was aggressive, yet not successful on that return, so it's 6-7. Maria. Right side winner, hand out. Once again, Danny Maggi, our head ref. Maria Paz Munoz and Sergio Acuna are our lines persons. Wasn't the return of serve that Travers had asked for. But that's a tough serve to take it early. Second bounce, 39 feet from the front wall. Textbook. 7-7.
I'm liking the way Maria Renee is playing this tournament. She's very, very much the stabilizer, very steady, has all the racket skills, textbook type player.
So Gabby held up. That should be an avoidable hinder. Thank you for not swinging. Eight-7. Front wall handcuffs the opponent off that side wall around the service area. Front court pinch winner. 9-7. Oh my. Maria, animated. Timeout on the floor. We'll stay here, folks. When we resume play, it'll be 10-7. Second server, Guatemala serving. Your thoughts so far, Gustavo?
Well, I am not surprised to see Guatemala come out hungry. This is, I believe they have not won this event before, so this is big for them. I know Paola has won it before. I don't think Alejandra, her partner, has either. So while that always means a lot to win for Paola, I think here for the other players, it's more significant, if you will. So I think that's why they're out there. They're hungry, and they're both playing very well, both the Guatemalan players.
Yeah. Some of these countries, including Guatemala, they go home with the medallions, especially gold. It pays dividends in the long run for development of the sport. The government is in the process of completing a complejo with 10 courts. We're waiting till that happens, and then the IRF will then confirm an event probably within the next 2 years, one of the international events, whether it be this one or the juniors or maybe even the World Championships. Speaking of that, folks, coming up next month, end of May, will be the South American Championships in Cochabamba. We'll come back to this. Gabby Martinez, Alejandra Herrera. So she held up. We'll see what the call is. Call's avoidable. There's an appeal. So we have another point awarded, 11-7. Nice shot by Alejandra. When we break, Gustavo, I want to talk about that theme about avoidables, because I think there are some misconceptions out there in the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
Yes.
Winner. Mexico serving 8-11. Game 1, 31st. Pan American Racquetball Championships, Temuco, Chile. This is critical because Alejandra is getting excited and more confidence.
She's very powerful on that left side.
And Maria Renee Rodriguez answers.
I think that's an advantage that Alejandra also has. Her size means she needs more room to swing.
At times she can clear her opponents out, but Guatemala's team, they're real quick. They can stay away. Oh my, What a great point. We had everything in that rally. Length, different shots through the legs, good communication skills on part of both teams. Another point, 13-9. Trying to close game one out. Put the pressure on Team Mexico. Rodriguez flicks a winner into the right front corner. Timeout again. Mexico's utilized both of their timeouts. 2 timeouts per game, 1 minute in length, 2-minute break after each game. 3 available appeals. I believe Mexico's used up 2 of their appeals. No? Yes, they have. Both teams have used 2 of their 3 allotted. So let's go back to the avoidable hinder. There are various elements which dictate that somebody has committed an avoidable. Whether they try to get out of the way or not doesn't matter. The bottom line is they did not. That last one that was called, which was appealed by Herrera, a lot of people think, well, it has to be an offensive opportunity. Well, your offensive opportunity and mine may be 2 different things. Just because the ball's up at eye level doesn't mean that it can't be an avoidable. And that was failure to clear, which is one of the components of an avoidable, and or blocking, etc. Fault serve call.
The offensive player has to have the opportunity to go and get a shot off, an unobstructed shot. And a lot of times the defending players don't realize that. And that could be something as simple as being on the ground and making a player run around you to get to the ball. That would be an avoidable.
Yeah, I know in the last match we had some calls that many would not agree with. However, they went through the process. They can appeal them. Sidewall, front wall, boast, winner. Guatemala takes game 1, folks. 15-9. Stay with us. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Diego Gatica. We're here for you. We'll be back. We're back, folks. Gary, Gustavo, and Diego, and Laura. You're watching Longoria and Herrera get ready for game 2, serving to Rodriguez and Martinez. Rodriguez and Martinez won game 1, 15-9. Gustavo.
I think the game 1 went as I had guessed. Either team could have come out winning that game, but Guatemala much hungrier for this victory is what I'm sensing. And we'll see now if Mexico can turn that around, but I just sense the desire for the win is there for the Guatemalan team.
It's a great start, 1-0. She overhit that one, overswung. Doesn't happen often. Certainly those in the audience can identify with that. Reverse overhead, winner, Guatemala serving. Those that are new to the game of racquetball, the first inning for each game has the first team, first half inning that is, only 1 player served. So we'll replay that. That's a dead ball hinder, first serve. Great shot, Longoria. Haven't come up the middle for a while. Let's see if they change their tactics. The answer's no. Overswung again. Floored it. Mexico 2-0.
They can't let the Mexican team get too far ahead here in game 2.
Unforced error. That's Herrera's game. She's going to retrieve. Put the pressure on you, deep court. Break on that one. Ball didn't come out of that deep left corner, so another point. 4-0. Gustavo, we know Travers doesn't like to call timeouts, but maybe he'll come out of his comfort zone here.
Maybe it's time to call that first timeout.
5-0. Game 2. Winner, left side from Martinez. Hand out.
Use of those timeouts is critical because it can slow the momentum the other team has, no matter what the score is.
Excellent point. Side out. Another thing is with the minute, sometimes in excess of a minute, teams put a succession of points together and they forget what got them in there. They come back, they forgot how they got there.
Very good. I think Mr. Travers is waiting to use those timeouts.
You mean like tomorrow? Errant shot by Herrera left side. Another point for Guatemala. One 5. Error on the scoreboard, folks. They'll correct it. 1-5. Herrera winner left side. Mexico coming in. Trying to increase the lead in game 2. They went down 15-9 in the first game. Outplayed by Guatemala in that game. Winner, right side from Rodriguez.
I like the way Maria Renee's playing this tournament. She's played very well, very consistent. Racquetball basics.
Another inning without a point for Mexico. Let's see how it pays dividends for Guatemala. Great shot. So what's happening on that Z serve is it's kissing off the back before the sidewall deep. So it's giving Longoria an opportunity on the right side to come in and attack rather than be forced against the back wall. She needs to work on that angle or go with another serve. She came around. She got there. Side out. Straight pass down the left. Didn't come off the back wall very hard, and Gabby didn't move her feet, so she skipped it in. Nice. Up front, backhand.
I do like the Guatemalan team aggressive mentality. Tom Travers, their coach, has taught them to be aggressive, to go after every point.
Kudos to him. He's been there 10 years. He's elevated their position on the world stage. Some world championship medals. You're watching Juan Martinez in the juniors. She took second in the adults. I think it was 3 years ago, 2 years ago in Cali. Great hands, Herrera. Another long rally, skipped in. Gabby trying to compose herself. Same thing on the left side. That ball jumped off the back and came forward. You have to work on that angle on the Z. Alejandra Herrera, Monterrey, Mexico. (7-1). Paula left that one up. Gabby was able to gather herself and end that rally. Hand out. So I'm projecting that the ball came above the 12-foot line directly, which would mean it's a loss of point for the person who hit the ball. It's a 12-foot demarcation off the floor on the back wall, folks. Anything that goes above that line directly off the front is a loss of point or a loss of rally. Joe? Okay, the scoreboard says 6-1. It's 8-1. Our monitor says 8, but the official one down below says 6. Make that 9.
I think it's time the Guatemalan team take a timeout, and they do.
You're a good coach, my friend.
I was
You're earning your keep.
Looking for the lead from Mr. Travers, and he made the call.
Well, we're here at the 31st Pan American Racquetball Championships, Temuco, Chile, a city, probably about 400,000 people. Early 2000s, it had about 250,000 people, so it's on a growth mode. It's about 1/10 the size of the capital, Santiago, which is about 700 kilometers away to the north. We've been really not surprised, but really pleased with the hospitality this week. This week is really 10 days. It's our 10th day here. What are your thoughts, Gustavo?
Well, I can't agree with you more. We were here 6 years ago, and well, that was a good tournament then. This year is 3- or 4-fold better than what it was then. The city itself is very clean. The people very hospitable. When you step out onto the street, the car will stop for you. even though you should look both ways.
What a great concept, huh?
What a concept.
Okay, we'll get back to that. A little geography lesson and history lesson, folks. So you're watching Team Mexico try to tie this matchup. It's the first of two doubles. Mexico will be playing Bolivia on the men's side after this is over with. That's textbook. Weak return, put away.
And I can't emphasize the Chilean Federation's effort, work that they've put into this event has been wonderful.
That's that's large. That's large. Flicking it with her head turning the other way into the right corner.
I think that even if the Guatemalan team can't pull this second game off, they need to get some momentum going into the third game. They've got to get some points going.
Now that was a better serve, yet Paola was able to get behind it and snap a forehand winner into the right corner. Great return by Alejandro. Okay. Guatemala should appeal that. Should appeal a hinder on previous rally because Mexico put their hand up, and quite frankly, it could have been called a dead ball hinder. Nuances of coaching. Mexico serving Longoria 10-1, game 2. Wide angle pass winner, Mexico 11-1. Trying to close this out. Winner, Herrera, overhead smash. Another winner. Momentum swing, Gustavo.
Good call.
Another timeout. So Dr. Travers has used his allotment of timeouts this game, which is rare for him. This is the final of the women's doubles division. The winner goes home with the gold. You see Rodriguez and Martinez with Coach Travers.
As I was saying earlier, Gary, I think it would be very important for Guatemala to come in and run off a few points, get the momentum going back to their side, even if they do go to the tiebreaker, which looks like it probably will be the case. They'll take that inertia with them. They don't want to go in there feeling down. They have to figure out what they did right in that first game come tiebreaker time.
Well, one of the things they did right was they were controlling the rallies, keeping Mexico moving. It's reversed. The trend has reversed. And let's see if they change up their serves. Instead of the drive Z to each side, if they jam them in the middle or even hit some lobs, nick lobs, high Z lobs.
Good observation. See if Coach Travers points that out to him.
(13-1). Second server, Team Mexico. Is that 80-20? Team calls a timeout 80% of the time. They get back in. That's scientific, folks, but don't quote me on it. Hand out. Gabby Martinez. There it is.
You called it, but it didn't work. Good change of serve on Gabby's part.
Herrera serving for Mexico, 13-1. Hand out. Pinch right side winner. Now you're watching game point number 1 for Mexico. And we'll be going to a tiebreaker. We're going to take a break, folks. Return to Temuco to see Mexico serving first in the third game. It'll be played to 11 points, and we'll be back.
Through 10 years of being around the racquetball community, Gearbox has done a great job.
Number one thing that I noticed was just the family aspect of the company.
I just thought it was really cool that they had that kind of lifestyle kind of look.
I was seeing those black rackets. I still remember the first all black racket, and I thought they were kind of cool. I was like, oh my god, they don't have any color. It's so cool. It looks like a real weapon.
And every year, I think you're gonna be growing more and more and more till we get to something big.
In Temuco, 31st Pan American Racquetball Championships here at Club Herman Becker in Parque Municipal. It's a multi-sport, multi-discipline park, crowded every day. Just a wonderful location. 12-minute walk to our Dreams Hotel, close to downtown, restaurants. So Gustavo, we saw turnaround in game 2. What does Guatemala have to do here to get back and take the tiebreak?
I think a couple things. First of all, talking about what they did right in that game 1, they were aggressive, as Tom likes them to be, Coach Travers likes them to be. We've got some outside information coming in now to Dr. Ware. He's the Federation president, and let's see if he conveys that information to the team, whatever that might be. I also think they need to change the serve. That's something that they should look at doing in this game 3.
So whoever has accumulated the most points after first 2 games has the choice to serve. I've yet to see somebody not want to serve the tiebreak, but it is their choice. So Mexico takes that. Point. .180-degree turnaround from game 1 to game 2, and Mexico holds on to the momentum and scores first point. That'll help. Side out, splat winner by Martinez, excuse me. Rodriguez serving.
She's played a lot today, and she's still as hungry for this win as she has been all week long for other matches.
Well beyond her years with her mindset on the court. Coaching staff has helped. She's 18 years old and really understands what it takes to be a winner. Pantalla screen serve called. Not as often as in singles, but is called. So second serve. A faux pas on behalf of Martinez. That doesn't help, Gustavo.
No. No mistakes. One of the easy ones.
And I just talked about how her head is so mature, and then she goes and double faults. Collects herself and hand out. Paola Longoria, 1-0 serving. Guatemala comes in to serve. We had 4 successive ceiling balls, which is rare, or has been rare until this tournament.
The ball itself is allowing for that. The previous ball to this in the IRF events, much faster ball would come off the back wall, allowing for an easy setup. We're seeing the ceiling ball game come back a bit with this new gearbox black ball. I think the player's liking it.
Gearbox now is the official ball of the International Racquetball Federation. As he said, it's the first time it's been used in IRF play. So handout 0-1. Three left up shots, and Paola responds with that right side pinch winner. 1-0 game 3. Tie break, 11 points. 2 timeouts available, 3 usable appeals. She'd like that one back. Tried to splat that ball into the left side wall, front wall, and pinched it. Put it into the floor, skipped it. 0.2 for Mexico. We'll see what they call. He called repeat. It's an appealable call. She can appeal for a visual failure to move, visual hinder and failure to move, but she's not.
I don't think it was. I think she was quick to get out of the way and give her enough room to take that shot.
They agree with you.
Unobstructed room.
2-0, first serve repeated. Winner. Fist pump. Herrera left side. It's 4-0. Mexico. Now it's 0-4. Same scenario with that drive Z. Not getting the angle that they were taught.
They have to be getting a little bit tired.
Absolutely.
That could be the cause of some of that.
8th day of play. They both played in 2 divisions. There you go. Great call. That was a tired serve.
Definite tired serve by Gabby Martinez, Guatemala. Out serve.
Had Maria Renee on her heels. So Mexico increasing the lead here. Safety hold up, replay. First serve, 5-0. Second server, Mexico. No, first server. Had there been an out of order serve there, then the dynamics of that call come into play.
Yeah, that would have been a side out. Loss of any points they may have scored while serving in the reverse order. Not too many folks know that. We could check with some of our expert referees.
That would be a handout because this is first server. So, yeah, any points that in that sequence prior to would have been deducted. We have a timeout from Team Guatemala. Score 7-0 when we resume play. So let's go over the calendar here. Next tournament, international play, is the South American Championships, Cochabamba, Bolivia, end of May. Then in July, the Central American and Caribbean Games, limited number of countries, and that will be in Barranquilla in Colombia. Then in August, we have the IRF World Championships every 2 years. This is the even year. One time it was being planned for Shanghai area, China. That may come in the future, but this year will be Cali, Colombia. The same month, at the end of the month, will be the IRF World Senior Racquetball Championships, 32nd edition in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Then in November will be San Luis Potosí, the IRF World Juniors.
So we do have a year full of racquetball events, and we do have a lot of international countries, players that will be attending. Add up to as many as 17 countries that I'm aware of that have participated in some of these events.
Siete 0, 7-0. Hand out. Make that 8, folks. 3 points from the championship. This has been a tale of two cities here thus far. Let's see if they can change it. Snap winner. 9-0.
Paola has an ability to know exactly where the other players are in the court. Fantastic. Her court savvy is impressive.
And hopefully with time that'll wear off with Herrera.
Good side out.
Zero 9, game 3.
They're on the board.
Came with a different twist on that serve. You notice, wrapped it around. Don't count them out, folks. 2-9.
What I noticed about this ball is if you can hit that wide angle, it is hard for the ball to come off the back wall. You have to hit it down low enough. Very hard to retrieve because it's not going to make it to the back wall.
Wallpapered that ball, and the wall won. Herrera not able to negotiate a return, so it's 3-9. Blink your eyes, folks. Things can change.
Back when the sport started, this was an aerobic sport. A lot of running. The ball was not as fast. Timeout, good call by Team Mexico.
Stay with us, folks. We appreciate you all tuning in over the 8 days of this event. Check with the International Racquetball website, internationalracquetball.com. And make sure you know when we're streaming matches. Score when we return will be 4-9. Guatemala, first server. 12 countries in this tournament, including Cuba. They did very well, men and women. They had a full team. They also had some junior players. I've been told that, well, Cuba has a bunch of outdoor courts. They have one indoor court in the country in Havana. And there are 4 women who play indoor racquetball there, at least now, competitively. And they're all here.
I can say, even though there's less teams in this tournament, I think all of the teams brought some quality players, and the teams all did well overall.
Miss hit, point. 5-9. (6-9). So when they came in at 0-9, they started hitting the jam, if you will. And if it's not cut off, the ball's going to wrap into the middle. And Mexico has not responded well. Cross-court winner, right side. 6-9, second server. Crowd getting more animated. So what this serve is doing, Gustavo, it's giving Guatemala the opportunity on that third shot, a center or front court shot, because Mexico's not handling it.
They're going to the I formation to try to compensate for that. Good call on behalf of Paola or their coaches, because Herrera is having trouble returning that.
There you go. If something's not working, go with something else. That was a new twist, and it worked. So it's 9-7, trying to close this gold medal match out. And match point number 1 coming up. Contact, repeat. Gabby had that entire right side of the court and hit it back right to the left. So it's a dead ball hinder, first serve, replay.
It was a good call by the referee, Danny Maggi.
Second match point.
Fist pump by Gabby Martinez. She is motivated.
So with the dead ball hinder, they've staved off 2 match points. 10-7. Repite, dead ball hinder again. 4th opportunity for Mexico. And Guatemala staves off 4 match points coming in, trying to grab the win. They were down 9-0. Paola says, I'll have none of that. They go back to the I formation.
Our experience dictates. Powell's experience, that is.
Fault serve, second serve. Miss hit. I think she got visually impaired by her partner, and .8 for Guatemala. Short serve. See if she comes back with that backhand Z-lob. She does.
That ball came off the back wall, and timeout, Mexico. I don't think that's what Gabby wanted, and Paola does not make very many unforced errors. She did not make one there. Perfect pinch shot.
So after this minute break, we'll see if Mexico can close it out with their 5th try. See if Guatemala can stave off another couple of opportunities for Mexico.
Yanko Renteria there, their coach, talking to the Mexican team. Tried to make a paddleball player out of him this week.
Thank you, Gearbox. They also make the paddleball. It's the same ball with a hole.
You played in the same court. A lot of fun. Does not go as fast. A lot of running. Very, very aerobic sport.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. You're watching streaming at its finest here in Temuco, Chile. Temuco, capital
Of the world.
Of the world. Dead ball hinder replay.
I think that was a good call. She had enough room, and it's good she held up.
Then see if she appeals. Looks like she cleared. Looks like she cleared.
She didn't get it.
Looked like she cleared. And
Get
again,
out of
it's
there quickly.
everybody has their own perception, and Danny agreed with this commentary. Oh my. Good try by Maria Renee.
There it is.
You just saw Mexico come back from a huge deficit in game 1, winning games 2 and 3, 9-15.
15-1, 11-8 tiebreaker. Good win for the Mexican team. Good win for Paola after her loss in the singles competition. That will obviously sit well with her and all of our Mexico teammates.